Fabien Galtier has named his France side to take on the All Blacks this weekend at the Stade de France. What a game it promises to be. We are going to be there, which is going to be very, very exciting for me and Rich. But there's plenty of storyline in each position for France. They are battling a few injuries. Winnie Antonio, Francois Cross and Damien Penaud, from the possible ones that were available this week, have all dropped out. The All Blacks do look really strong, but let's get into this selection. The headline news is the omission of Mathieu Jalibert. My understanding is from Rugby Rama that he was going to be a reserve, kind of in the travelling reserve type role rather than a substitute. He didn't like that. He requested to leave the squad as a result, but either way, he wasn't going to be in the match day 23, which seems bizarre. Neither Rich or I can get our head around that one. He's the Form 10 in France for sure, if not Europe, the way he's been playing at UBB this season. But generally, the drop-off behind those injuries, Rich doesn't think that the drop-off from the injuries is actually that bad. So Cross to Boudon, apart from Penaud, and obviously the long-term injury of Cyril Bay, Entomac for Ramos is pretty comparable for us. But yeah, Cyril Bay, long-term injury. Winnie Antonio drops out. The front row, it will be a proper test for them. You know, Tavita Zatafu playing his second test. Georges-Henri Colombe off the bench has only got a handful of caps. Jean-Baptiste Gross is largely unproven. So it's a big test against Mighty Williams and Tyrrell Lomax, two big, big men for New Zealand. The back row, Paul Boudon comes in for Francois Cross. He was brilliant last week when he came on. He's also been in really good form this season for La Rochelle since he came back from a long-term injury. The half-backs is interesting. Ramos, we're fans of at 10. We do have the possibility, if he gets injured, of Tony D at 10 with Nolan Lagerrick at 9. We have seen Dupont at 10. He was brilliant, but that was at club level. We've seen very, very little of him at 10 at international level. I can't wait to see him in the flesh. It's going to be amazing. Centres, Gael Fickou returns. Milian Gaiton drops to the bench. I think that's a defensive thing for the All Blacks. That's fine. The wingers, no Penaud, as you said. No Atis Ogbe, who came in for him last week, who was brilliant. Gabin Villiers returns after a long time out. Brilliant all-round player. But fullback, how have we taken this long to get here? Romain Buros' debut against the All Blacks, comes in for Leo Barre, who had a really good game last week and also can cover 10. So bizarre that he's dropped out. The bench is a 6-2 split, which makes sense. Roman Taufifenua giving a bit of bulk off the bench. Olivon as well. They can cover all the positions in the backs. For New Zealand, Bowden Barrett is back. Cam Roygard at 9. I think that's a great option. Should be an absolute cracker. The forecast is for it to be dry in Paris. Cannot wait. Let us know if you're going. Come along with us for the journey and get in touch with what you think of this side. Fascinating game. Game of the autumn series.